A very warm welcome to Newsfeed on this 26th day of February 2023. You're just in time for the lunchtime news, and we have so much lined up for you on our bulletin this afternoon. Remember, you can always interact with us on our social media handles indicated at the bottom of your screen. Now, with that said, my name is Dennis Otieno. I trust you're doing well. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, on to our top story this afternoon. President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua have extended their Thanksgiving services in the coastal region and are currently at the Muungano grounds in Peketoni, Lamu County for a prayer service. In attendance is the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, coast regional leaders and religious leaders. Now let's cross over and listen in.
Haina mwisho, tutakuja tena maombi ingine Lamu East ikipatikana mupange. We will come here, and we will come here so many times to hakikisha kwamba we harmonize, we create, we consolidate, and we ensure that we move together. Kwa hivyo, asanteni sana kwa kutukaribisha hapa Lamu. Bado tuko na shughuli ingine kule port, na bado tuko na wageni wengine kule Nairobi. Ile kitu mimi nitawahakikishia ni kwamba Lamu itakuwa katikati ya mipango yetu kama serikali ya Kenya. Hata kama ni Lamu ni kaunti ndogo, hiyo ndogo ni Kenya, na ni lazima tupangie vile tunapangia ile Kenya ingine. Tushirikiane, tuweke amani, tuweke umoja, tuweke undugu, na tuhakikisha kwamba tusijishughulishe na siasa ya migawanyiko ama mirengo ama ukabila. Jameni, mimi nawaomba kwa heshima, sote mbali na majamii zetu, mbali na dini, sote sisi ni Wakenya wa taifa moja, na tuko na Mungu mmoja ambaye tunamwabudu. Tushirikiane, tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. Asanteni sana watu wa Lamu. Tunawapenda sana. Tunawatakia heri. Ndugu zetu Waislamu wamekuja kuabudu pamoja na sisi. Nafikiri itakuwa vizuri nimuulize Sheikh Abubakar Shekue akuje ili pia atupatie ama atuombee dua. Karibu Sheikh, tuombee. Basi, Lamu asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki na Mungu awajalie. Thank you very much. God bless you.
It is a developing story, and our reporters are on ground following up on it closely. They will be updating us further on it as it develops in our subsequent bulletins. But moving on, a section of Ukambani leaders drawn from Makueni County have condemned the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party's 14-day ultimatum. The leaders, who met at Kisaeku Market, Kilome constituency, said that the community needs development, not demonstrations, as it is being planned by Azimio leaders. Former Mboni Member of Parliament Michael Kisoi faulted Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka for double-speak by telling governors that they can meet President William Ruto, yet restraining MPs from doing so. On his part, former Kenyan ambassador to Tanzania, Mutinda Mutiso, noted that the leaders have disassociated with the Azimio coalition and will work with the Kenya Kwanza government.
Upon other leaders from Mukambani region to smell the rat and realize that the Kamba community is recognizing the government of President William Ruto, and that they should join hands with them, support the government for the development of our people, and then move on and help William Samoei Ruto deliver the promises he meant to the people of Makueni County and to the people of Kenya at large.
Tupe serikali ya Rais Ruto nafasi iweze kutekeleza kazi yake. Hata serikali hii haijafanya hata bajeti hata moja. Bajeti ambayo tunaendelea nayo hii ni ile bajeti ambayo ilifanywa June na serikali ambayo iliyopita. Serikali ya UDA bado haijafanya hata bajeti yake. Kwa hivyo sisi tunaomba kwamba Kenya ni nchi ambayo inaheshimiwa sana kwa sababu inafuata mkondo wa sheria. Kusipokuwa na sheria kutakuwa na furugu, fujo na vifo.
A section of religious leaders in Kenya have vehemently condemned the ruling by the Supreme Court of Kenya on freedom of association by same-sex groupings. Led by Archbishop Arthur Kitonga, the leaders say same-sex relationships contravenes the acceptable values and biblical teachings. They are calling on parents to teach their children proper values, saying the society is in danger of losing the family setup and values.
Kati Mungu aliumba Adamu, hakumpatia mwanaume, ampatia mwanamke. Alimpatia Hawa, akawa bibi yake. Na kwa hiyo mambo hiyo inaweza kuleta laana na dhambi ikiingia ndani ya nchi, mtaanza kuona watu wanakufa kwa wingi kwa njia mbaya, kwa maana tumefunja sheria za Mungu. Na kwa hivyo mambo hiyo nakataa kabisa, haiambatani na maandiko.
Na hiyo uamuzi, na ninaomba majudges saa ingine wakifanya maamuzi ama wakifikiria, wajua ya kwamba mambo ingine haifuatani na Biblia, na sisi ni Wakristo na wakapitisha jambo hilo, na nafikiri jambo hiyo ni chukizi kwa Mungu na inaweza kuleta laana kubwa katika nchi yetu. Kwa hivyo hiyo jambo haitufurahishi kabisa na ni mbaya.
Meanwhile, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights is undertaking a capacity building of alternative justice mechanisms across the counties, where the focus is to empower duty bearers who are the Ministry of Interior through chiefs, National Police Service, elders, religious leaders and other stakeholders. While on a tour of duty in Embu County, residents were encouraged to embrace alternative dispute resolution mechanisms on allowed disputes, adding that it will reduce the backlog from the courts, taking into keen consideration to ensuring social transformation through access to justice.
Even as we are having this conversation, thousands of people are seated somewhere resolving disputes. So for that reason, it was thought important to consider how these people are resolving those disputes and support those alternative justice mechanisms, because they are equally contributing to access to justice in this country. There are people who, for one or two reasons, may not even be ready to support the formal or the court system as we know it. So it is for that reason why a former Chief Justice, Dr. Willy Mutunga, appointed a national task force to look into all those other ways that Kenyans are using to access justice. And this is also informed by the realization or the reality that the judiciary is obligated to promote alternative justice systems.
Hata serikali yenyewe inataka watu waweze kuwa wanatengeneza makesi yao yenye sio kubwa kupitia kwa alternative dispute resolution ambayo ni ADR. Na ninaona hii masomo itasaidia sana, manake hakutakuwa na kesi mingi kotini. Chiefs watakuwa na kazi ya kufanya, na wenye wote wamesoma hii masomo wataweza kusaidia jamii hapa Embu.
Elsewhere, a family at Isangwa village in Tungutu location, Kitui Central Sub-County, has been unable to bury their father due to a pending land dispute case at a Kitui court. The deceased family members, while speaking to the media, the home of the deceased, said the complainant is using security officers from Tungutu Chief's police post to harass them. The complainant filed the land dispute case claiming ownership of the disputed land parcel, which she claimed was sold to her by the brother of the deceased in the year 1997. In the pending case, the complainant was not issued a title deed for the parcel upon buying it from the brother, who is also deceased. Tungutu location chief refuted allegations of the deceased family members that he and the complainant have been using police officers based at his Tungutu chief's office police post to harass the deceased family members. The body has been lying at Kitui Level 4 Hospital mortuary since 1st July last year, when a complainant in the disputed land case obtained a court order to stop the burial to take place at the home farm of the deceased.
Alihaga tarehe 1 mwezi wa 7 2022, na tulikuwa kwa ile process ya kupangilia matanga on Thursday saa 10 tuliletewa barua, tukaambiwa court order, tukaambiwa hatufai kuzikana mpaka tuapie kwa court. Sisi tulitii koti, tukaenda kwa court, tulisomewa mashtaka, ikasemekana tunataka kuzika Boniface Muthoka Kimweli, ambapo ndiye baba yetu. Tunataka kumzika kwa kicheka ya Milinga Maingi.
Amekaa Mosel kwa miezi 8. Ni mama amekuja akasema hii kichaka ni yake. Akasema hiyo maiti haitachikwa hapa. Hiyo daidondit ni ya zamani. Hata baba yetu akikufa tulikuwa naye. Yeye ametupatia baba. Ningeomba serikali nisaidie niweze kuchika bwana yangu.
Residents of Mwea in Kirinyaga County have decried the inequities in the allocation and distribution of resources in the county. The residents have noted that the current formula for the distribution of the National Government Constituency Development Fund (NGCDF) and other government opportunities is not fair, as huge constituencies continue to receive equal resources with those with little population. According to the former Deputy Governor Peter Ndambiri, the constituency should be split into 3 or more constituencies during the boundary delimitation slated for later this year. Former Mwea Member of Parliament Alfred Nderitu said that the constituency has a very huge population of over 600,000 people and over 200,000 registered voters as per the latest IEBC data.
If they cannot give us 3 constituencies, let them forget Mwea as a land. We can live alone, we can select our people and live there, but unless they give us 3 so that we march over with the rest. It pains me when I see in Mandera a child is getting 150,000 shillings. When a child in Mwea is getting 2,000 bob. A child in Muranga is getting 50,000 bob. When a child in Mwea is getting 2,000 shillings. It's paining me totally. And that's why I'm saying we have no politics at all.
The purpose of this meeting is to ensure that no more side draining of Mwea shall continue. We know that there is a very elaborate plan to get Morinduko to go to Gishugu. There is an elaborate plan to take Nyangate to Kirinyaga Central. There is an elaborate plan to take Motidhiwad to Dia. We are saying none of that will be taken to any other sub-county. Mwea will remain Mwea, and we are demanding 3 constituencies in Mwea.
Elsewhere, Azimio leadership are currently worshipping at the Christ the King Mitume Catholic Church in Kitale Town. Led by their leader Raila Odinga, Eugene Wamalwa, Wycliffe Oparanya, Ledama Olekina, Jeremiah Kioni, George Wajakoya, Martha Karua, and local leaders led Saboti Member of Parliament Caleb Hamisi and his counterpart Kakai Bisau. After the service, the leaders will address a rally at Kitale Township, where politics of the day major being the skyrocketing high cost of living that will take center stage.
One can be corrupt, corruption becomes and many other evil things may take their way. Temptation number 3. I beg that we settle please.
So our reporters will be following up closely on that story, and they will be updating us further on it as it develops in our subsequent bulletins. Now, cases of HIV infections in Marakwet County have increased among children between the ages of 10 to 24. This is according to the National Syndemic Diseases Control Council Chief Officer Douglas Bosire. Speaking during the launch of the mobilization and testing program in the county, Marakwet County Governor Wesley Rotich showed concerns on early pregnancies and the high level of HIV infections amongst small children. Through this, the governor has asked the judicial departments to take strong action on those who have such behaviors of knowingly spreading the disease.
Mimi kwa majina naitwa Bosire Douglas, natoka kwa kitengo cha National Syndemic Disease Control Council. Leo tumekuwa na siku ya ile tunaita World Sick Day. So tukaona iko wagonjwa pia ambao sometimes tunasahau kwamba wako na hawa ni wagonjwa wale wanaishi na virusi vya HIV ama wanaishi na ugonjwa wa ukimwi ule ambao tulikuwa tumefikiria umepotea. Na tumekuja kuhamasishana na kuambiana bado huko hapa kwa Elgeyo Marakwet County and more so kwa vijana wadogo katikati ya miaka 10 na 24. Tumeweza kuona takwimu zinatuambia maeneo ama visa vipya vya maambukizi vya HIV yanaenea sana kwa watoto. Na watoto ndio wanapata mimba za utotoni na pia ndio wanadhulumiwa kijinsia.
Tunaanza program inaitwa medical camps kwa all medical camps and screening for 20 wards. Kwa hivyo tumeanza leo kwa Kamarin ward na tutaenda kwa ile ward zingine 19. Tumesema ya kwamba tutafanya screening, tutafanya prevention across the county ili tupunguze budget yetu ya kutreat watu, na pia we want to condemn hao wenye wanapachika mimba watoto wadogo. Mtoto ya class 4, class 5, watoto wadogo sana. Na ni mtu mzima akili timamu anapachika mtoto mdogo mimba, kuharibu maisha ya mtoto na kuumiza hata huyo mtoto kiafya. Mimi kama governor eneo hili, na tumesema na viongozi wote kutoka senator, MPs mpaka chief huko chini, tumesema tutashikana na kutoka next month tunataka tufanye shaming, tuna name and shame.
Now, from matters held in Marakwet County to tourism disaster management in Kilifi County, where the government has reaffirmed its commitment to support in construction of the multi-million resorts raised down by fire in Watamu, Kilifi County. Tourism Cabinet Secretary Penina Malonza said the government will begin with compensating the small traders who had curio kiosks near the Mbuyu Resort and then look for ways of helping the resort owners. CS Malonza was accompanied by Kilifi North Member of Parliament Owen Bayer, together with top ministry and national government officials toward the affected resorts from Mbuyu Lodge, Mapango SDA Church Resort and Barracuda Beach Resort, where she addressed the staff, then held a meeting with the investors. In her address, Malonza said they will hold talks with the hoteliers through the Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers.
Tafanya hapa tulikuwa tuje tu tuone uharibifu wenye ulifanyika kupitia kwa moto, na tukae na wenyeji ama wenyewe wa hizi mahoteli tuongee nao. Unajua kuna ile shirika lao la hoteliers, kwa hivyo hilo ndio shirika tutafanya kazi. Wameweza kutuelezea insurance, watu wa insurance wanaendelea kushughulika, lakini upande wa serikali tutashirikiana nao tuone vile tunaweza kuwasaidia kama vile nilivyokuwa nimesema. Lakini wakati nimekuja nikiwa kwa ile hoteli ya Buyu, nilifikiri ni hoteli peke yake imechomeka.
Hao wamepata shida sana. Wakati wa uokoaji watu walienda wakapora wazungu hawa watalii, na wamesema sasa wanafikiria kujitoa katika Watamu, wawe hawaleti tena wageni. Mimi niwaulize nyinyi, Alpituri isipoleta wageni hapa, nyinyi kutakuwa na wageni hapa Watamu?
The Kiambu County Governor Kimani Wamatangi has called upon Kiambu elected leaders for reconciliation and come together and work for the people of Kiambu in unity in a bid to make Kiambu better again, as they promised during the campaign season. Speaking to the press, Wamatangi urged elected leaders in the county to stop politicking at the expense of development. He appealed to the leaders to unite in order to deliver services to local residents, noting that no leader can develop the area single-handedly. The governor spoke after a section of members of parliament, county assembly members elected and nominated lashed out, castigating the manner in which he spearheaded the county, blaming him for non-inclusivity in his government.
I want to make a special plea that we give Kiambu the opportunity to use this moment that we have been given by the Almighty God after elections to develop this county and give the people back of Kiambu what they have been wishing and waiting for, an opportunity where we can use this 4 or 5 years to cause development as it should be. And I want to make that special plea so that we do not politicize anything or leadership. And that's a special appeal that I'm making. That, when we find something like, for example, this issue of municipalities, like I've said, we commissioned these things in the year 2022, November 30. The rest are constitutional processes. Let us not politicize those kind of issues. The people of Kiambu want development. This is what we are working at right now. And so, as long as there is consultation, if a leader has a question, please call the governor on a matter that concerns me. Where the governor has an issue, where it concerns either an MP, an MCA, a CEC, or even a minister, call that person.
Meanwhile, former Chuka University Chancellor Professor Njoka Erastus has urged the government not to privatize public universities as the country tries to fill the gap on workers. Speaking during the Mount Kenya Education Fair held in Mwea, Professor Njoka said privatizing universities will be a way of collapsing the education system. He also said that Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu's sentiments on sponsoring students for their university education should not be scrapped, saying the program that was there was to enable even poor bright learners continue with their education. Njoka pointed out parents should not coerce their children who do not attain university grades. Instead, they should get them to technical colleges so that they can get skills that can make themselves employed.
I have been Vice Chancellor for many years, and I found that the people from secondary schools are very green because there is a constant guidance and counseling, which are two different things.
Faraway Africa has stated that Machakos County recorded the highest number of teenage pregnancies during the peak of COVID-19, with over 4,000 cases reported. Speaking during a roundtable meeting with stakeholders in the education sector at a Machakos hotel, Bali Mumbo, a program officer at Faraway Africa, said there was need to call for sanity among young mothers, urging the community to fully support teenage mothers so that they can continue with their education after delivering babies. Through a program dubbed Elimisha Msichana to curb teenage pregnancies and early marriages, Machakos County Director of Education Margaret Mwirigi noted that the initiative seeks to help the girls go back to school to complete their education and acquire life skills through TVET institutions. However, the education stakeholders agreed that it was time to end teenage pregnancies in the country by ensuring culprits, who many of them are adults, are brought to book.
Today we are here in Machakos County to launch our program that is being implemented by Faraway Kenya. It is called the Elimisha Msichana program, which is being funded by MasterCard Foundation. And the purpose of this program is to deal with the cases of teenage pregnancies that are within the county. Following the 2020 COVID pandemic, we saw a great rise in the number of teenage pregnancies, and we want to come to the bottom of it and find out what is the cause and how can we ensure that these girls are able to go back to school and make something of themselves. They should know, our theme is to know, for them to know that just because they got pregnant or just because of one mistake, their life doesn't come to an end.
In the year 2020, when we faced COVID-19, many girls became pregnant. So as a county, we are happy to be supported to ensure that these girls who fell pregnant are brought on board and go to school.